Just going with it like I can. I'm Jess. I've got a Ragbri bus. This is it right here. Had excessive blow-by this last year on this bike ride we do across Iowa. Engine lost power. Talked to a couple of guys, talked to my mechanic. Engine had to be rehabbed to fix it. And so I'm electing to do an in-frame rebuild of the motor. It's on my farm here in Tennessee, and I've had a couple of issues. So I thought I'd do a quick video of what I haven't been able to find on YouTube that might help some poor soul that's working with a mechanical 6-valve mechanical 1996 version 8.3 Cummins. Who knows what the horsepower is, and it's sitting in the back of a pusher bus where you can't get to things. So I've already pulled the hoses, a lot of the all the hoses and tubing off the top of the bus that connects the turbocharger to the inlet. And then I've done unnecessary things, which was taking off the fan belt, took off idler and the crankshaft. I thought I needed to have that off because I thought I needed to be able to get into this cover. The only reason I thought I needed to get into that cover is because I wasn't thinking. And then, so I've had it apart and put that back on. And then I managed to get the oil pan off. In this particular application, the main engine mount's right there, and the oil pan runs right underneath the edge of that. And you got to have the right combination of sockets and a grandson who's willing to do it to get all those stupid little bolts out. They're 10 millimeter. There's 30 of them, or 50 or something. I don't know. It's a bunch of them. There's the oil pickup that's in the bottom of the motor. You can see the where the crankshaft is, main bearing caps, whatever they are. And so there's a hydraulic line that drives the coolant hose. That I did not have to disconnect, and I'm glad I didn't so far. But the exhaust line that runs across the bottom of the bus, of course it's 20 years old and rusty, a little bit, not too bad. This bus isn't too covered with rust. I'm just trying to get a good view of it. There you go. It has to come off. There's a flex line that was right where I'm looking right now. There's a flex line in there, and after a little bit of work, I was able to get it loose. What I didn't realize was that the way that that line connects to the back side of the turbocharger is kind of a coupling thing, and it's the it fits on right back there. And it's a flange. There's a flange on both sides, and this clamp grabs both flanges. And so taking that apart is easy, and then you can walk the lines to get them loose. And I used a little hammer help to finally get all that slid off. But that opened that up nice. So far nothing too unexpected. And then I had to get the fuel rails off. You're not messing with on an end frame like this, you're not messing with any timing or anything, hopefully. So the fuel control stays on here, fuel pump, injector pump, I guess is what you'd call it. And then, but the injector lines have to come off, and then the injectors go down in there. And then so all of that had to come off. And I'll show you why. So there's just a couple of bolts that hold the oil valve cover gasket there, valve cover on. I'll get my words right eventually. There are 26 head bolts. This is what held me up forever. Easy ones are ones you can see. There's one that's down here on the exhaust manifold. I got one right here. that left end just for the example. Exhaust manifold bolt. Then you have a line of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 14 of them total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So there's 7. There's 7. A line of 7 head bolts that run right there that are easy to see. They're outside of the valve cover. Then inside the valve cover, there's another line of 7 that makes a total of 14. Plus these make 20, but there's 26. Where are they? You have to take, I had left the injectors in place thinking I was there. Not so. Down in the hole where you can't see, and I think I've got one in there. Bear with me. What I do with it. Bad at filming. It's just worth showing you. Yeah, here's my magnet. They're so far down in there, you got to have a magnet to get to them. While I'm here, I took the exhaust manifold loose. You don't have to do that. There's the exhaust manifold gaskets, bolts to go with it. They appear to be shims. Probably matters that you keep the shims lined up right. I've tried to do that. Injector lines, and then the injectors themselves. I'm going to try to clean those real good. It'd be bad if you clogged up an injector. You have to take out the, on top of the engine, you have to take the rocker arms off. There's a tube that holds all those rocker arms together, and you have to take all those rocker arms off, and that's even to, and once those are out of the way, then you can lift the push rods right out. They come right out. I've kept those in order. And there's a bunch more head bolts there. Anyway, that's most of that stuff. Here's the, while I'm here, that's just the tubing and everything that goes in and out of the exhaust and intake manifold and connects the turbo. That is a shield, a heat shield that's at the back of the bus. It's probably just a bus application for that. All right, now I'm going to show you where these pesky little head bolts are that I spent 2 days figuring out where they are. You know, if I was smart, it wouldn't take 2 days. So you have, this is where the injector goes in, and then I've already loosened them, so fortunately, voila, here they come. There's 6 of them, 1 for each cylinder that run the length of the bus. So now, if I'm fortunate, that head will lift right up and out. I'll probably use my tractor. It probably weighs 200 or 300 pounds, and we'll just lift it vertically and then take it out. And then we're re-sleeving the motor. There's good videos online of people doing that. I don't know if I'll do that or not. I've already talked for 8 minutes. You guys have got to be bored by now. Anyway, that was the biggest thing for me, was getting out all those lines of bolts. If I had a tech manual, that would have helped too. So anyway, that's what I got for now. Good luck to you guys with what you're doing. Hope that might have helped you a little bit.